Promptly toward the beginning of the day on April 14, 2018, two vile dark planes took off from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. The immense B-1B Lancer planes, nicknamed Bones, were recognized by the sinister profile of their fuselage, planned during the 1970s to diminish recognizability on radar. Anyway, the B-1's covertness qualities quickly demonstrated old due to progressions in radar technology. Without a doubt, a solitary Marine Corps EA-6B Prowler jet joined the two B-1 components of the 34th Aircraft Group, prone to give radar jamming support. The two motor planes streaked towards the Syrian capital of Damascus, more than 1,000 miles northwest, dispatched by Washington to rebuff the Syrian government for a clear chemical weapon assault on a rebel-held community on April 4th. Anyway, Syrian airspace is safeguarded by a broad coordinated air defense organization of radars and surface-to-air missile battery. Besides, the Russian military had deployed more refined and longer-range Russian S-400 and S-300 V4 surface-to-air missiles that might potentially intervene, even with their unassumingly discounted radar cross-section and jamming support. Since they were in danger of being detected if they got too close, the aircraft's four-man teams instead utilized an alternate ploy. Likely around 200 miles from their objective, the B-1s launched 19 AGM-158A Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missiles, ASM, from their bomb bays. As the weapons plunged to the earth, their 8-foot-wide wings unfurled, and turbojet engines roared to life. 4-meter-long missiles leveled off a couple dozen meters above the ground and streaked towards their objective at roughly the speed of a regular jetliner, following a flight path customized to circle around elevated terrain and enemy radars while utilizing a jam-resistant GPS and an inertial navigation system to avoid drifting off course. The missiles made their final approach on the target. A coordinated infrared seeker matched the structure's profile to its onboard 3D model and adjusted the missile's trajectory, giving them the accuracy to land within a 3-meter radius. Over the course of about 2 minutes, starting at 4 a.m., all 19 2,250-pound rockets struck the Barza Scientific Research Center, right outside the heavily protected airspace of Damascus. Their 1,000-pound WDU-42 penetrator disruption warheads punctured through the tops of the objective structures before exploding. 57 additional Tomahawk cruise missiles, launched by surface warships and the Virginia-class submarine John Warner, added to the assault. Western intelligence agencies identified the facility as one used by the Syrian Scientific Studies and Research Center for the development and production of chemical weapons. The Syrian government, however, referred to a November 2017 review by the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, which did not note the presence of chemical weapons. The 3 structures that made up the facility were destroyed. Indeed, the many rockets were likely excessive, designed to escalate the strike compared to the 2017 assault and flag escalation determination. No lives were reported lost, as the structure had been emptied in anticipation of a potential attack. Regardless of whether the capability used was excessive, the strike remains notable for being the first combat use of the JASM, a system designed to play a crucial role in U.S. military strategy in the coming years. Cruise missiles with stealth technology, dating back to the 1990s, were developed by the Air Force to achieve a stealthy cruise missile with a reduced radar cross-section. Lockheed Martin's AGM-158 model was chosen in a 1998 competition. The program encountered various setbacks over the next 10 years. Finally, in 2009, a revised design succeeded in 15 out of 16 tests and the weapon began production. The initial AGM-158A model deployed in Syria uses a J402 turbojet engine and has a range of 230 miles. However, the AGM-158B SEM-ER, an extended-range model, though identical in size and 70% of the parts, dramatically increases its range to 620 miles due to a more efficient F107 turbofan engine and additional fuel storage. The upgrade raises the cost from $800,000 to over $1.3 million. However, a maximum of 24 JASMs can be mounted in internal rotary launchers on a single B-1B, 16 inside a B-2 stealth bomber, and 12 or 20 on a B-52H. Smaller F-15E, F-16, and F-A-18 fighter jets can carry a few, and it is expected that the F-35 Lightning II will be certified to carry them externally, though it will not be particularly stealthy while doing so. The missile is also in service with Finland and Australia, mounted on Fa-18 Hornets, and Poland, delivered by F-16s. The Navy is also deploying a modified AGM-158C anti-ship version, known as the Long-Range Anti-Ship Missile, LRASM, which may eventually replace the aging Harpoon missile on surface warships and Super Hornet fighters. The JASM missile allows the U.S. military to deliver highly accurate surprise attacks against targets already well protected by enemy air defense. Indeed, enemy air defense radars and missile batteries would likely be one of their main focuses in the initial stages, preparing for further attacks by more vulnerable fourth-generation planes using cheaper, shorter-range weapons. AGM-158s could also be used for strikes on well-protected high-value targets, such as command centers, missile storage facilities, power and communication points, and fuel and weapons terminals. The Air Force is also looking to leverage the JASM-ER's stealth and long-endurance attributes for various roles. In March 2016, Lockheed Martin began research on an improved wing design to further increase range. In September 2018, the company was awarded a contract to develop an extreme-range variant of the AGM-158. The weapon would weigh around 2,300 kilograms, 5,000 pounds, and deliver a 910-kilogram, 2,000-pound warhead out to a range of 1,900 kilometers. Initially called the JASM-XR and later designated the AGM-158B2. It features a new rocket control unit, changes to the wings, an alternative paint coating, an electronic safe and arm combination, secure GPS receiver, and program protection requirements, with a unit cost of $1.5 million. As considerable long-range anti-air and anti-ship missiles capable of threatening entire regions across the globe, the JASM would serve as an initial strike to assist U.S. aircraft in neutralizing those threats from a safe distance. The counter-access area denial issue. China and Russia have both begun deploying long-range missiles that can threaten access to vast areas of airspace or large swaths of international waters. Such anti-access area denial weapons include the Chinese DF-21D anti-ship long-range missile, ground-based weapon that can threaten aircraft carriers at a greater distance than the combat range of the carrier's ready attack aircraft, and the S-400 surface-to-air missile system, which can fire long-range 40N6 missiles at targets up to 250 miles away. The Russian S-400 battery deployed in Latakia, Syria, can hypothetically threaten the airspace directly over the British airbase in Akrotiri, Cyprus, and the U.S. airbase in Incirlik, Turkey. While stealth aircraft might potentially penetrate an air defense system and attempt to take out such weapons, they are now at risk of possible detection by low-bandwidth radars and infrared sensors, and even high-bandwidth engagement radars at short ranges. Thus, it is desirable to find a way to strike in such anti-access systems from stealth range beyond the enemy's ability to retaliate. Since the 1990s, the U.S. has used Tomahawk cruise missiles, which can strike targets up to hundreds of miles away. Yet, Tomahawks are more detectable on radar and can be intercepted. Although Syrian air defenses don't seem to have had much success intercepting Tomahawks in both U.S. strikes in 2017 and 2018, more capable adversaries could improve interception capabilities. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in military weapons and news, please subscribe my channel and share my videos to others.